Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Charlestown Square. Welcome to Newcastle ahead of a big fight we have for you with Wednesday night all taking place at the Newcastle Entertainment Centre. You're going to see Nikita Tszyu in action. He takes on a fellow undefeated opponent from Spain. Oscar Diaz has joined us here as well. We've got the world number 6 in Nikita Tszyu. The world number 15 is fighting against him. So an all-star battle to take place on main event television on Wednesday night. A stacked undercard as well, brought to you by No Limit Boxing. Ben Damon's my name. Really looking forward to calling all the action this Wednesday night with Nikita Tszyu having the next step in his professional career. Some really good fights as part of this undercard as well. And as always, it is brought to you by No Limit. The big boss there is George Rose. George, hello. Welcome to Charlestown Square. It's all happening for No Limit and the Tszyus all over the world this weekend.
Yeah, look, it's been a massive weekend of boxing fun, and we are just absolutely excited to be back here in Newcastle. Every time we turn up in Newcastle, something special seems to happen. At the Newcastle Entertainment Centre, we've had some of the greatest fights that we've seen, some of the best events and some of the biggest knockouts that we've seen. There is something special when we come here, but Newcastle is a really good sporting town, and we saw that yesterday. We were down at the footy yesterday and saw the Knights and the Rabbitohs. There is something really good in the water here at the moment. The soccer's going great, the A-League's going great, and Newcastle Entertainment Centre on Wednesday night is going to be the place to be to get your sporting fix, to see some great fights. I think the card that we've put together here, there's a chance for every one of these guys to really show up and show out, and it'll be a fantastic performance by all of them, I have no doubt.
You can tell they're buzzing about this, George. A good crowd has turned up here at midday on a Monday for the press conference for this event, so Newcastle obviously excited to have a Tszyu back in town.
It is, and look, this is our 7th show here in Newcastle. This is Nikita's 4th show. Last time he was here, he became the Australian champion. So this time he's fighting his first world-ranked opponent. Another special milestone for Nikita Tszyu here in Newcastle, and everybody is showing out. It is a really great sporting town. We always make sure that we have Newcastle on the calendar every time we're putting on events, because every time we come here, something special does happen. And when you've got Nikita Tszyu sitting there as a headline, you know that it's going to be a good one.
What are you expecting in this main event? We've got 2 undefeated fighters, as I mentioned. Oscar Diaz is over to your right, who joins us from Spain. Undefeated in 16 fights. He's the world number 15 and clearly here to win. What happens in this main event, George?
Yeah, look, he is a very, very good fighter and a very well-respected opponent. And the fact that he's made the trip all the way out here to Australia to try and advance his career against Nikita Tszyu here on Wednesday night, full credit to him. But one thing he's going to learn on Wednesday night is this is Newcastle, and Nikita Tszyu doesn't lose in Newcastle. So I'm expecting another huge performance. He's stopped every opponent that he's been in the ring with here, and he has always put on a really special fight. But it's going to be a tough one. Don't get me wrong. This will be the toughest test of Nikita's career. This is his toughest opponent that he has faced. But when you're up against those odds like that, you've got to bring the fight to Newcastle, because there's something special here.
I want to talk about some of this undercard, but sitting directly in front of you, Raheem Mundine. You've promoted Anthony the Man Mundine. Now you've got his son on your card as well. That's pretty special.
Yeah, look, it is really exciting, and we're stoked to have CJ here on the card. I think it's a huge opportunity for him. It's great that we do have the Mundine name back in Australian boxing, because Anthony Mundine was the pay-per-view king, still is the pay-per-view king. What he achieved in the sport, not many others will be able to achieve. And He had a tremendous way of promoting a fight. Love him or hate him, he was one of the guys that really put Australian boxing on the map and really had eyes glued to the television. And it's exciting to see what sort of career CJ is going to have, because we'll find out on Wednesday night when he steps into the middle of the ring whether this is the second coming of Anthony the Man Mundine, or whether CJ is going to walk his own path and have his own skill set and his own personality. So I'm really excited to see CJ in action on Wednesday night.
Now, the co-main event this Wednesday night is Callum Peters against Joshon James. He's 6-0, Callum Peters. You've given him a real sink or swim sort of a moment, and at an early stage in his professional career, bringing a world-class American across. A lot of people telling you should not have done this?
Yeah, look, sink or swim is a really good description of it, because it is that sort of fight. We've been trying to give Callum Peters tough fights, and he has faced tough opponents, but he's made them look not so tough every time he stepped in with the ring. He looks fantastic. Every opponent that he's come up against, he's made them look really bad, because he looks so good. So this is a huge step up for him. He's got an opponent who's got world title aspirations, an opponent who believes that he can go on to be the best in his division. And he's come all the way out here to Australia as well to be able to prove that. And this is a moment for Callum to be thrown in the deep end. But the thing about Callum is that he literally trains with the Sharks regularly. He's literally forced to swim with the Sharks down there in Adelaide. That's what training they do. So we're going to chuck him in the deep end, and we're going to see how he handles the Sharks in the ring on Wednesday night.
And a little bit more on this card from you, George. Tell us about some of the Novocastrians on the card and the rest of this undercard, and why people should get there to the Newcastle Entertainment Centre on Wednesday night or watch on main events.
Yeah, look, a really good card that we've put here together. We've got Kira Rustin. He's a guy whose name is on everybody's lips. We've got a really elite light heavyweight division here in Australia, and everybody wants a piece of Kira Rustin. You'll see why on Wednesday night, because this guy has been challenged by 8 guys. Everyone who's got in the ring, nobody's been able to see the final bell. So he's a fantastic fighter. We've got the return of a few really good, entertaining fighters as well. Corin Dryden, who a spectacular fighter. We've got him back in the ring, and really excited to see him here in action on Wednesday night. And Brandon the Bull Gratch, he's a guy who's been involved in Fight of the Year, Knockout of the Year, Round of the Year contenders. He's a very exciting fighter as well. So to have him back from retirement, very short retirement, is really good, because he's a guy that you want to watch fight. And a Hunter, of course, is a guy who he either knocks him out or he puts his body on the line doing it. So it's going to be a really entertaining card. We've got some great young Newcastle talent here on the card, but we've also got all of the rising talent in Australian boxing here as well. And every one of these matchups is set for somebody to be able to have the chance to take the reins as the next most exciting guy in Australian boxing. And when you're doing it, you're headlined by the most entertaining guy in Australian boxing. So this card is going to be fantastic Wednesday night. Great to get down there and watch. Tickettech.com.au if you want a few tickets for the Newcastle locals. It will be a very entertaining night. One thing that you've got to have on your bucket list is to see Nikita Tszyu fight in the flesh, in real life, because he's something special, and when he's here in Newcastle, he's very, very special.
All right, thank you, George. And if you can't get to the Newcastle Entertainment Centre, of course, the best place to watch the action is on Main Event, brought to you by KO and Foxtel. Let's talk to the fighters now. He joins us from Spain. He is Oscar Diaz, the world number 15. Welcome again, Oscar. His translator, Carlos, is joining us. How's he feeling about Fight Week, about this event and everything that's happened since he arrived in Australia?
Oscar, ¿qué tú piensas de todo lo que está pasando aquí, la pelea desde que llegaste a Australia?
Bueno, pues estamos bastante contentos de estar aquí, hemos sido bastante bien recibidos y nada, veo que a partir del día 6 ya tiene bastantes seguidores.
He said he's very privileged to be here. He's been received very, very well, and he's looking forward to going home with a lot of people knowing who he is.
And what has he made of Nikita Tszyu? He will have watched plenty of vision, I'm sure. What does he see?
¿Has visto mucho de las peleas de Nikita y qué piensas de él después de ver todo lo que ha hecho?
Sí, vamos, tanto yo como el equipo hemos visto todas las peleas y pensamos que no tiene un nivel suficiente para pelear conmigo, que se ha equivocado eligiendo rival.
He said he's watched all his fights and he's got pretty much, he's never versed a man like him, and he's got nothing on Oscar.
Okay, and what does he think makes him the winner of this fight? What gives him an advantage against Nikita Tszyu?
¿Qué piensas? ¿Cómo vas a ganar esta pelea? ¿Qué ventaja tienes contra él?
Bueno, pues pienso que va a acabar la pelea antes del límite y más bien temprano.
He said he's going to go all the limit and he's going to take him out early.
Take him out early, there you go. How's he going to deal with a big crowd against him? Because they call Newcastle Zoocastle. They have a great reputation in these parts, the Tszyu family. How's he going to deal with with having the crowd against him?
Aquí en este barrio se llama Newcastle, pero le dicen Zoocastle, porque es muy conocido, muy famoso acá. ¿Cómo vas a pelear y cómo crees que vas a poder ganarle cuando la gente van a estar en contra de ti?
A partir del día 6 se va a llamar Día Cáceres este pueblo.
Dilo otra vez.
A partir de este día 6 se va a llamar Díaz Cáceres.
After Wednesday, they're going to be calling it Diaz Castle.
Outstanding. All right. Well, we look forward to that. Thank you so much, Carlos, and Oscar Diaz as well, ladies and gentlemen. And now a fellow undefeated fighter. He is 11-0 with 9 KOs. He is the world number 6. Please welcome the butcher, Nikita Tszyu. Well, we knew that Oscar Diaz was going to bring some energy after the throat-slitting gesture and everything else in the build-up, but he's just said, Nikita, he's going to take you out, and he's going to take you out early. Your response to that?
Easier said than done.
What do you think he's seen that makes him believe that he can do that?
I think it's just anyone's self-belief. You have to be confident in this sport. Without confidence, you're kind of screwed. So, I mean, I've experienced this all before. Everyone says that they're going to take me out, and it hasn't happened yet.
Is there anything there in Oscar Diaz that you haven't seen before in the professional ring, do you think?
There's going to be a lot of unknowns in this fight. I'll need to be adapting to him, to his style, to his rhythm, but we'll eventually figure it out, and then we will entertain the public.
Do you like seeing that level of belief and confidence like what he is bringing here today and what he has brought throughout the promotion to this fight?
Yeah, because once you see that belief fade, that's one of the sweetest things of this sport. I love boxing simply for my ability to just hurt someone, and I get to do it legally. So this is a fantastic sport, a little loophole in my psychopathic kind of desires.
Very good.
Copy that.
We know how important Newcastle is to the Tszyu family. They call it Tszyu Castle. He's just said they're going to be calling it Diaz Castle by the time that he leaves here. How important is it to defend this place where your father and your brother have had so much success as well as yourself?
I feel a sense of pride that Newcastle is like my second home. I've had some memorable nights out here, and I plan on continuing the trend of bringing more fantastic fights out here, bringing more knockouts, entertaining the public, and yeah, that's it.
And any final words from you to your opponent, Oscar Diaz, because he's sitting over there, his translators alongside him, so would you like to finish us off with anything to Oscar before we wrap up?
Yeah, no, we're going to have a great fight. It's going to be fun. We're going to have a very fun time. Could get messy, and I really hope it does. With all respect.
Very good. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is your main event. What we'll do now is face off the two main event fighters with our promoter, George Rose. So Nikita Tszyu and Oscar Diaz in your main event on Wednesday night. It is at the Newcastle Entertainment Centre, but you can see it live, of course, on main event television. World number 15, Oscar Diaz from Spain, and the Butcher from right here in Australia. It is Nikita Tszyu.
I think they're going.
That is Nikita Tszyu and Oscar Diaz, your main events on Main Events this Wednesday night.